Best of 5. First game is extremely important. Obviously, it's not over till it's over, but in this situation, a situation we haven't seen before with no fans in the bubble, that kind of thing, kind of grabbing that momentum is going to be key.
Top line out for the Panthers to start as they're underway in Toronto.
The Islanders have to take advantage of those mistakes. Florida does give up a lot of goals.
Brassard to the net, they score! J.G. Pajot crashing the goal, puts the Islanders ahead here in the first. Approaching the halfway point, Taves, Willie will take her, he scores! Anthony Beauvillier on the power play, and it's 2-0 New York. The backhand, and he scores! 23 seconds in, and the Panthers are within 1. The Islanders hang on for a 2-1 win in Game 1 over Florida. Zone. Beauvillier scores! He caught Bobrovsky by surprise with the backhand, and the Islanders are on the board. Mat Barzal, he's got Beauvillier breaking. Scores! Over for Josh Bailey. Bailey takes a look, got it through. Nelson scores! A power play goal for Brock Nelson. Mat Barzal has the feet moving. Barzal in on Bobrovsky. Scores! What a time for the first of the series from Mat Barzal. They eliminate the Panthers in 4 games, and the Islanders are moving on to the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's the 8th all-time meeting in the postseason between the Islanders and the Capitals, the first since 2015, and this one has a different feel to it. Back in 2015, Barry Trotz was the head coach of the Capitals. Now he's a Stanley Cup champion and the head coach of the Islanders. Not a lot of secrets between these two teams. This afternoon, August the 12th, the Islanders open the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and once again, their opponent is the Capitals. Kuznetsov shot ricocheted to the side of the net, and Varlamov couldn't find it. It's a power play goal for TJ Oshie, and Washington leads 1-0. And now the Islanders are seeing similar issues with their game here today, giving up a goal on 4 power plays here to start their series with the Capitals. Eberle turns and shoots, he scores! Jordan Eberle with just over a minute to play in the period, off the glove of Holtby and in. Holtby battled for by Anders Lee. Nelson came to get it. Pollock let it go. They score! Anders Lee on the opening shift of the third to tie it. Drops it at the side of the net, and then Nelson wrestles it away, and they score! Josh Bailey came off the bench. It's a shorthanded goal, and the Islanders have the lead for the first time today. Barzal to a trailing Bailey. Save, got his own rebound. They score! It's Beauvillier, and it's 4-2. And the Islanders, who trailed 2-1 at the start of the third, score 3 times.
Being consistent, play our game, get to our game, but if we get to our game for a long period of time, then we'll generally have success.
It's Game 2 between the Islanders and the Washington Capitals, New York. 4-2 winners in Game 1. Here's Ovechkin, and he scores! First point of the postseason for Alexander Ovechkin comes in the first minute of Game 2. Backs himself open, dishes for Leddy, fires, he scores! Nick Leddy on the power play off the post, and in, it's tied at 1.
He's very good down low.
They score! Matt Martin driving through the paint, tips it in, and the Islanders have taken the lead. Kept in by Dillon. Pumps, then shoots, they tip, they score! It's Alexander Ovechkin. Here's a breakaway for Brock Nelson. He's in, he scores! Giveaway
tight game. We knew they were going to come hard. We saw that first period there, and I thought we did a good job just getting back to our game in the second and third period.
And the Islanders are the only team in the Eastern Conference to go up 2-0 in their first round series, but they've got a tough task ahead here in game number 3. Butch, you remember a couple of years ago, the Washington Capitals, they've been here before. They lost the first 2 games of their first round series against Columbus. They bounced back, won the series, won the Stanley Cup. Islanders can't afford a lapse. Pollock over for Pellick as everybody's scrambling. They send it to the front and they score! Anders Lee with 3 in 3 games in this series. Kuznetsov takes one, they score! And the Caps and Islanders will take game 3 to overtime. First postseason game this year for the Islanders to go to overtime. Islanders are playing their 10th game against the Washington Capitals all time in overtime in the playoffs. The last 2 came back in 2015. Everly for Barzal, he's behind the defense. Mat Barzal scores! Mat Barzal wins game 3!
Just on the goal, I just made a heck of a read, kind of just trying to find a little lane behind the D and figured out how to step, so just a good play.
There's no tougher game than a game to clinch a series, and it's going to be no different in game 4 here.
We get ourselves ready for game number 4 between the Islanders and the Washington Capitals as the Islanders looking to end it tonight. Mayfield makes a move around Toronto, shot, tip, score! J.G. Pajot! Icebreaker for the Isles as Mat Barzal adds to it.
The whole Washington team is so frustrated.
Barzal's out of the box. Kuznetsov drives and scores! All the way out, Ovechkin fires, scores! The Washington Capitals hold off elimination behind 2 goals from Alexander Ovechkin.
I thought it came too easy in the first for us, and therefore we didn't have enough, I don't know, say skin in the game, if you will.
The Islanders have another chance to advance if they can win Game 5 tonight in Toronto. Into the slot, Nelson turns and shoots. Hope he left the rebound. Beauvillier scores! Jump in his step, he'll crash across the line with Beauvillier breaking. What a move! What a play! What a goal! Anthony Beauvillier has them both. It's 2-0. And the concern now is for the health of Anthony Beauvillier, but wow, what a play from Josh Bailey.
And it just doesn't get a whole lot better than that. I mean, you talk about a 1-2 combination.
Backstrom out high. Kuznetsov will let it go. Save made. Rebound is there and cleared down the ice. Skipping, rolling towards an empty net. They score! It goes in! Thrown out of play. The horn sounds. It's a shutout for Semyon Varlamov in Game 5, and the Islanders advance to the second round. And there's Barry Trotz and Alexander Ovechkin. They won a Stanley Cup together, and now Barry Trotz, who made a promise to the Washington Capitals when they gave him his Stanley Cup ring. And he said, you guys can do it again, but you're going to have to come through the island.
Yeah,
they didn't make it all the way through.
No, they did not. And Barry wanted the challenge, and I'm sure the Washington Capitals wanted the challenge. No doubt about that.
Islanders and Flyers Game 1 in Toronto.
A great start for the Islanders. The first game is always important.
We knew that we'd be ready, and we're playing a very good opponent.
It's hard to go and live in the bubble and do what they're doing.
We're able to put 2 periods together that made the difference.
Not the ending we were looking for, but boy, was that an exciting game down to the wire between the Islanders and the Flyers, Game 2.
We were resilient tonight. A lot of things can happen. So if we just stick with it, stay positive, we'll find a way.
They bounced back from the overtime loss in Game 2, and they bounced back in the first period, which they trailed Butch in. As the game went on, the Islanders got better and better.
The big moments are getting bigger as we move along in this format, and you need your guys to step up in those moments.
Greiser made quite a few big stops to keep us in it. It gives the group confidence that that you're still in the game and have a chance to win it. Goaltending can win you games, especially this time of year.
Terrific game from Thomas Greiss. So any of the Thomas doubters out there were certainly should have their minds eased that this guy can play.
After such a great comeback from the Islanders, I think everybody at home watching felt like, come on, this is it. This is how they're going to close it out. Disappointing ending.
Teams their backs are against the wall. You're always going to get their best. It's just getting tighter and tighter, and obviously we want to close it out.
All the way to the end, the Islanders had their chances, unfortunately not able to capitalize when they had them.
You know, there's two evenly matched teams, so if you really look at the big picture, it's probably fitting that it is a Game 7.
The Islanders are moving forward to the Eastern Conference Finals. An exciting Game 7, and only because we were really looking for the Islanders to be dominant, and they were.
Last game we thought we were the better team, but all of a sudden it's Game 7, and you never know what's going to happen in a Game 7, right? And we thought we could come out to a good start here tonight and get going, and we did that, and it was a good team effort tonight.
Don't let the smiles fool you. These guys are definitely not talking about how the food up in the Western bubble is.
A lot of times, Shannon, when you come off an emotional win, not only in a single game, but certainly in a series, it's hard to get yourself going. And to me, that looked a little bit like the Islanders' problem. Well, there was a couple other areas, too. They didn't skate very well. And the one-on-one battles in the corners, they didn't win a whole lot of them.
The first game wasn't us. That was a team that was tired.
We've had a day to rest. We've had a day to recover, a day to look at the video. We should be ready to go today.
Much better started. A little bit of a sigh of relief. Obviously a long way to go and a tremendous team they're playing against with the Tampa Bay Lightning, but I loved the way the Islanders started.
This is playoff hockey.
It really is, and the Islanders have certainly got back to their game. I mean, they're a chip and chase team. They play very physical, and talk about a player, boy. Matt Martin, he's having a heck of a hockey game, isn't he?
This one's a little bit of a shot to the gut, and every time that we've done that, we've got up. And you saw us. We had our energy, we had our game today, and we just didn't get the results.
I said even now they have a ton of confidence in this team, and we believe that we can win the series, and we still do.
Brock's a little bit, I would say, under the radar to a lot of people, and he's grown so much over the years.
Well, it's just typical for the Islanders. I mean, this is a team that doesn't know the word quit. It's just not in their vocabulary, and yeah, they let it slip away in the third period after playing a couple of really good periods to build that lead. The Islanders are a resilient group. They're a never say die group, and they just stayed with it.
You want to follow up a goal with a good shift and have a good response and kind of stay on it. They had a better response than we did and got two quick ones.
This might be the worst game of the last three games. Mentally, more than anything else, that was going to be an important element to their game, and they got weak at different times.
There's a couple of shifts that you want. Obviously, the first shift, the last shift of the period, and then shift right after a goal so you can maintain some momentum in your game, and we didn't do it twice.
Power play goal. We've been waiting for it to heat up, and we've been waiting for Ryan Pulock to get that one-timer, and he got it, and he made it count. That's a great shot for him.
Islanders and Tampa Bay Lightning going to double overtime. Oh, the bench erupting after this one. It was a lot of time before they had this perfect opportunity, and the Islanders thrilled Barry Trotz and the staff as well. And how about Semyon Varlamov with the belly flop?
I don't know. I just jumped because I was like so excited for us. You know, like I said, our season was on the line today. This game, and then when we scored that goal, it was just a lot of emotions going through. Like in that moment, I was just so happy for the guys and so happy for us. Like we extend the series, and then we have a chance to continue to play.
A lot of pride, character, resiliency. It's a special group in our room.
You learn a lot of things about your team, how they can, the biggest thing is how much adversity they had to go through, the number of series, different people getting hurt, the strange events, losing in double overtime, losing late in games, winning late in games, having to grind it through. I mean, today was a good example of resiliency.
Until that very last minute, it's just every single one of us believed in each other and what we were doing and the road we were on. And obviously we come up short, but I think there's just a huge sense of pride right now.
You don't always do it your first crack at it. That's why you have to go back and you have to do it again until you climb that mountain. We got fairly close, but we can see the mountaintop, but we never got to the mountaintop.